Got your girl in the cut and she choose. Hey, club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut and she choose.
Welcome to WLVS Radio. You tune into the open bar.
Salute.
Get that man a drink immediately. He's had a
Going
tough
up
day.
on a Tuesday.
Oh, God.
Yo.
He almost went
Hey, no,
crazy.
but listen, you gotta understand. I know where he's been.
I feel
and-
bad for him
and-
today. I said, calm down. He
The
just
level of anger that flows through your body at
your car get towed.
at that particular moment, man.
Yeah.
Dog,
Poor
car,
guy.
his phone was dead. You know, the lady in the gym was looking at me like I'm a deadbeat idiot or whatever because I want to use the phone and stuff because it was not a good day.
You was
today.
looking, and them ashy knuckles did not help, huh?
Yo, they did not help at all. Because it
him
was
alone.
mad cold.
He's
Because
really about to
I
hurt you.
came out. I
He's
came
about
out.
to
I
hurt
took the shower. I took a shower at the gym, and I came out. And you know, it was one of them things where you had a good workout. You sat in the sauna and all that
Feeling
shit.
good.
Came out and shit. I came out ready to go and shit. You know, normally I hit my car. I'm like, hold on, that shit somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm looking for this shit. You know,
Oh,
Yo,
yo.
that jump was not in.
And then and I went to a place when I finally got out there. You know, it gets dark around here, like around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Right now.
Man, it looked like a fucking desert. I had to walk around some hill, around some gated fence.
This happened last
Hold on,
night.
how did
this
you
happened
get out
this
there?
today? This happened today.
to go get the ride in Blue Plains.
But it
Yeah.
was dark. When
It's
you,
a big
Yeah.
yard. Yeah,
Oh,
off
hold on,
295.
hold on. But how did you get out there?
How did I get out there? I had to take the bus, dog.
Oh, that's even worse.
It's
I had to
worse.
take the bus.
I told him he should have
You
hit
was
me
on,
up.
you
I
was
would
on the
send
bus
him
with all the
over.
job
But
corps
like my
he
kids.
phone-
did a what you call it, a mass test.
Like my phone, right when I text y'all and stuff, my phone was like on this last bit of energy.
And you had you had the address and everything.
Yeah, I had the address, all that. I had wrote down the bus route and stuff. So I got out there. Who was available to help me out? I was like dead. My sister's like, you know, I called her up. Well, I'm all the way up in Rockville, you know, and I'm with Mama too, so we can't really help you out. I'm like, well, fuck, man.
They closing a little bit, right?
Yeah, they closed. No, they stay open. But I had to get out there. I did have to get out there before like 6 or some shit.
So
I had to get out.
What was the ground to your car being towed?
$1,200 worth of tickets.
Yeah, man.
It's all good. That means cities just don't give up.
Well, I mean, they
He
kept
be out here
it
parking.
short.
He be out here parking like me. He don't
No,
care
it
at all.
ain't. It's-
Well,
no,
let me tell you.
it ain't the parking that got me. It was
It's
the
them
camera joint.
camera
No,
tickets.
no. They don't tow you off camera.
Yeah,
Yes, they
if it's
it's-
over
if it's over
if it's
3.
over 6 months,
If it's over
my
3
shit. Yeah, so I kept.
In
I get
DC.
Three unpaid tickets.
in DC. You out. Your
Yep.
car is
It
gone.
don't matter what it's for.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, personally, I park in a parking lot. David takes
So-
I don't pay. If
I
I don't go nowhere, that's like it's a parking lot involved because I
So-
know I owe at least 4 tickets.
and see, I had to
You
do
better
it.
pay one so you can get
I paid one recently.
And see, I had to get in there and get my whip simply because one, my work computer was in there. I had to get that.
Right.
I can't
no,
be.
no questions. Huh?
Yeah, I had to get that.
No, if you got valuables in there, you don't want to leave it at
No.
Blue Plains like for 2 days.
Yeah, and I
And
went
plus,
out there.
They
That
don't
sh-
want that scent to get in your car either. You know what I
That
mean?
shit looked like it looked like a straight desert, man. They had all type of stuff. I had never been there.
People's cars, man.
Man, they
People's
got
cars,
cars, they got
motorcycles,
motorcycles, dirt bikes,
dirt
all
bike,
that.
all that
They
shit.
snatch
Four
it right
wheelers,
up.
they
Welcome
been.
to the grind. I've been there. I know.
So you had your car snatched before?
Absolutely.
For unpaid parking tickets?
Yep. Yep.
My.
Because
I had a
moved-
car snatch, but
It stayed right there.
no. It was in my name, but it wasn't my tickets.
Right.
Oh, wow.
But you still gotta pay it though. It don't matter,
I
right?
still had to pay it.
Absolutely.
car
See,
back.
I had moved to DC over in Trinidad, right?
Right.
And I was living for like 2 years in Trinidad, but I had Maryland tags. So living where I lived, they was giving me a ticket like almost
Every
every
single
day.
Yeah,
Damn.
$100 ticket every
yeah.
day.
Well, different days when I stay home from work or something like that. If I wasn't going, saved my life as I work at Howard University. That saved my life because I was driving. But it was like I was getting tickets at Howard. I was getting tickets at home.
You
It was
couldn't
just
park
like-
on campus at Howard?
Yeah, I parked. By my job, I worked by the radio station
Oh, okay.
in HR when it was there. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like 4th Street. So it was not a parking lot, right? Some people had parking lots in the buildings. I could have parked in the parking lot, but I had to walk to the job.
Well, that is the main reason I'm sorry. I'm not moving back to DC.
Yeah, that's the
Honestly,
only
man,
thing. But if you
it's
have
terrible.
DC tags, it would have been cool. I just never got my
Yeah.
tags.
They
changed.
still gonna get you. Honestly, what you need is an old people pass. If you get an old people pass, you can park anywhere.
You mean a
was-
handicap sticker?
That's right, old people
Oh
pass.
my god.
You get that old people pass.
That's
you
the
good.
golden pass. Huh,
Well,
for
the thing
everything.
is, I can't. My father, he's disabled, so I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna
You
need
can
to
get
take
one.
you down
You
there,
definitely
so I
get
get
one.
that old people pass."
You can, if you got 2 cars in the household, he can get 2.
You know that?
No,
that's
you
a-
automatically get 2.
But you know that's an insult. You can't call it an old people pass. People gonna.
It's
eat
not really.
out
It's
of it.
handicapped.
It's a handicap.
It's
even
disabled,
then-
but you could be. But see,
But-
you're not too wrapped in the head too tight. So
Yeah, you can get
one
one.
automatically just off of
Just-
your
just
own well-being.
Let them give you. Let them give you a brain scan.
But this is the thing though. Will they still give him a ticket over Maryland tags though? You got DC tags?
I got DC tags.
Oh, dang. So you still got those tickets in DC? Damn. I have Maryland tags, so you know
No,
I was
here's the
always
thing.
getting.
Here's the thing. What DC gets you on, even if you got DC tags, zone parking.
Yeah.
They will
Yep.
get you on zone parking. If
You
you,
don't have a zone
Yeah,
parking?
so
I don't
you-
have a zone parking. Even
because
though
in
in
your
your
neighborhood, you
neighborhood?
don't.
I don't I don't need a zone parking in my
Oh,
neighborhood
okay.
because my parking my stuff is open.
But
it
like
where-
at the gym, you would park somewhere. You ain't put enough money in the meter.
well, the thing is, and this is my fault. This is my fault.
Okay.
I'm thinking technically it's still a holiday. I'm thinking them cats is still off. Nah, them cats is not off. Them cats is
It's
not
bad at work.
off. Them motherfuckers. It was hardly nobody. I mean, hell, the government wasn't even. Even though it's technically speaking,
Yeah.
still on today. Hell, it was a lot of people. It wasn't a lot of people downtown.
Yeah, they
I
got
thought I was covered.
DC
nah,
got
they
smart,
stung
man.
my
They got
ass,
smart
dog.
because they started saying we can get money around the clock by paying these guys to be out there because used to after 6 o'clock, nobody was out there working. Now they
Right.
work up until like 11 o'clock at night.
No,
They
they
all
work
night.
all
All
night.
night.
They
They-
have,
Really?
they have a night shift. So like
All
if-
night, at like 1 in the
They-
morning. They still
they-
put
like
They-
3,
they
4 in the
go-
morning. So and this is years. So like
You take your car to the club.
I
you
used to
say-
live on 6th Street.
Yeah.
right. I had out of state tags. Right.
Okay.
They used to come around like 4 in the morning, give me a ticket. Well, first they put a warning on your car. They say, since you have out-of-state tags, you must register your car in D.C. or you will, if you're seen in the next 6 months with your cars parked on the streets in the next 6 months, you will get a
So they
$100
give you
ticket.
6 months. They give you 6 months. to
No,
get together?
they don't give you 6 months because, like, the next week, they was putting a $100 ticket on the car.
But my thing is, why is DC doing it? So that if you got Illinois tags, and you
Because
park
they
in a
want
legit
you to-
parking space,
Because they want you to
register.
register
And give
your
DC the
car.
tag money, yeah.
Yes, they want that money from you, and that way they can control you.
And if
because
not, they can just hit you in the head.
Because see, if they have once you have a car or once your car is registered in DC and you got a DC license and everything, right? Now, if you don't pay any bills, so like if you got any type of professional license, you can't owe DC over $100.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, they gonna come for
Oh,
you.
they're
dog.
gonna come from you.
I'm
Right.
For what your
testing.
personal stuff you saying?
Yes.
They even take your taxes.
They take your taxes. If you owe taxes, if you owe parking tickets, if you owe them, and you had a professional license, and your license is in the District of Columbia, you cannot practice. Whatever it is,
will get their money.
they want their money.
They want
Impressive.
it.
I know they're getting that money. I mean, I know.
Ain't nothing
It was a
wrong with
pain.
that.
It was a pain, like when it came to
'Cause
like
they-
doing taxes for me because for a long time, whenever when they would take taxes out my paycheck because I work in Virginia, and my company doesn't technically have an office or anything here in DC. I was paying Virginia, so I had to file a paperwork with Virginia.
Right.
Virginia cut me a check. I had to take that check and sign it over to DC. And it was a pain in the ass every year for taxes. Now it's not that bad because
You take taxes seriously. bro.
you need to be up on your taxes game.
I
know
man.
for
just,
sure.
I just filed my
But
taxes.
this is what I
every
mean by
year.
frivolous laws, though, right?
I just filed my taxes.
But I feel
now.
like some of it's
Yeah,
frivolous.
man.
I mean, because like they DC wants you to change over your license if you move in DC within like what a month,
30
30
days.
days, 30 days,
I thought
right?
it was
Or they
3
say they can arrest you.
Yeah, they can.
I'm like, yo, first of all, you asked me, did I live in D.C., and I told you yes, with my Maryland driver's license. I told them myself, so you're not going to arrest me off of my, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, they are. 'Cause that's just like if you have some drugs in your pocket. You tell they say you have any drugs on you. You say yes. You think they're not gonna arrest you because you told them?
But why are they arresting somebody for not having a DC license? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Because they can and they want your money.
Joe, that's what I'm saying. DC.
He's like, Joe.
These are frivolous laws, man, just to get money, man.
It is,
And they
it
are
is.
getting the money. That's what
Well,
DC is in the up and up.
You got to think about it. You look at some places where the speed cameras are in DC, right? They are not in residential neighborhoods. They're not in school zones, right? And a lot of them. The thing about it is they're sometimes in tunnels, right?
Yeah.
And there's no one even walking down there. So who is in?
Where are you protecting them from, right?
Yeah, where are you
you're just
protecting them
getting
from?
money.
They're
Exactly.
just there to get money.
But this is the crazy part about it, because DC don't even own the cameras. This is what's crazy. DC not even getting the money.
Yes,
They're
they are.
getting a percentage.
They're getting
that's
the
what
money.
I'm saying. They're getting a small percentage of it.
Oh, that's it?
They still get $50 million,
Well, it's
right?
a contract that coming down.
I think New York. I
They
think
still get $50 million, but that's how much money these private contractors are making. The private contractors are putting the cameras up, making DC pay MC Dean to maintenance the cameras.
Wow.
And they get the checks, they get the money off of it.
I wish I'd
and they
thought of
give
that.
DC a cut.
I know.
I don't even get why DC's allowing them to do that.
I know. I think I read an
Just
article.
for the cut.
Article one day that newspaper one day that on New York Avenue alone they had taken in like $80 million in like 6 months 1 year.
I told you. Yeah.
$80 fucking million.
Now that's probably the
80.
camera made that much. Now DC gonna get a cut of that, but the people who put the cameras up, who own the cameras, they actually getting the larger cut.
But
I only know one camera
people
on New
really
York,
need to
two
slow
camera
down
on.
though. Like Dave and
I don't really
country.
drive like that. I don't really drive.
Nah, I
like
drive
that.
fast.
Come on.
I
do.
drive fast, but I know where the camera's at.
I don't
Y'all
drive.
need to
I don't
slow
really
down.
drive,
I drive-
like
I
that.
drive
but
fast,
the,
too.
But the thing
But-
is, they move the cameras around. They go.
I know,
they
but
move
I
the
know where they're
cameras
moving around
every
at.
2 to 3
But
months.
you know, I had bad luck with a car today. Well, right now I've been borrowing a car until I got my brakes fixed. Luckily, I got my car fixed. I was turning in the car tomorrow. You know, I got in a car accident yesterday.
How you get in a car accident on Christmas?
I did, backing out of my father's house, and I got into
What'd you do?
I got into a car accident on I backed into a what do you call that thing? A mailbox. So now the car is all messed up.
What happened?
I backed into the mailbox. Messed
Seriously?
the car up.
How do
your
you do
father's
that?
mailbox?
Because he got a brick mailbox.
You knocked your father's mailbox over?
No, it's a brick mailbox.
It's a
I
brick
just messed the car
mailbox.
up.
How do you
Oh.
do that, man?
I thought I was backing into the driveway, and I hit
So
the
what
mailbox.
you do? Like,
Huh?
so I'm saying, what did it do? Did it push the bumper
It's
in?
a little dent in the bumper, and it messed up the headlight. I mean, the not the headlight.
This
the
is the car you
brake light.
borrowing, right?
Right. So now I gotta get the car fixed before I give it back to the people that I was borrowing it from. Like,
Nah,
just
man.
my luck.
After
when
you
I'm
paid
about
to
to
get
turn
yours
in the
fixed.
car, after I paid to get mine fixed.
And
Well,
I've seen somebody, right, that backed into, you know where they put the new Dave and Buster's in Capitol Heights?
yeah.
It was a lady, she reached down to grab something, and you know they have like a security booth in the middle as you going up there, up the road. She ran into the security booth.
My.
And the whole bricks wall, and she wasn't going that fast.
Wow.
It was coming off of it.
I know y'all like, what the hell are they talking about? We just all had car issues over there.
Well, my
It's
shit-
straight,
my
it's straight country. Now you feel bad you got off your chest.
I mean, I still had to pay the money, dog. That shit killed me.
That money.
That money will get you.
That money.
So I don't even have $600 to give them today. I'd be like, y'all gonna hold that car.
They hold it for 2 weeks.
No,
for me.
I
No,
need
they
it.
charge you $50 a day.
And
Yeah,
the thing is,
they charge you every day.
that's another. They charge you $50 in. I needed my work shit, and I was like,
I mean, yeah.
Because they don't let you get nothing out of your car.
yeah.
Well, I think they will let you get some stuff. If you got
No,
the ID, they'll let you get your stuff out.
no, they don't let
No.
you get none, man. So
No, they don't.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know.
They will let you get your stuff out.
I don't know when
You
I
can't get the ride.
Only
When I
time you
went
can
up there-
get your stuff back is if you get your car repossessed.
when I went up
And
there.
then you can go and get stuff.
No. They taking your car. They're not taking your stuff.
Huh?
They don't give you your stuff because they like you gonna get this car or we charging you $50 a day.
Right.
They're not giving you anything. So like your stuff is not what they
You
confiscate.
know, really, they don't take old beat up cars. They take newer cars and cars that people know. Yeah, I haven't seen Range Rovers. I've seen Maseratis. I haven't seen BMWs. I haven't seen everything.
They know they're gonna want them back.
They know people want their cars.
This is true because they got some old beat up joints on the lot and people just let those joints.
Yeah, they let
They
them
just
go.
sitting there.
They auction them off, so you can get them on Saturday mornings. Auction off.
I'm like, they can't even auction off a car that don't even belong to you.
It has to be.
After
I mean,
a
I
certain
think,
time,
if
they're
it's
gonna
on
the
take
dealership is
ownership.
gonna
I
pay
think
for
it's
it.
like
no,
six.
it ain't no dealership.
No. That's what I'm saying. If you got a
Car note.
a lease or whatever on a car, and,
But
you,
the-
and
those
the car
are the
is gone, and you don't go back and get the car, they're going to pay to get the car out, whatever it costs them. But they're adding that to what you owe them.
Oh yeah.
Really, if you're on a lease.
Yeah, a lease or you have a loan. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
They're gonna apply that to your account.
Wow.
No,
Plus the
I
fees.
like. Well, they stung my ass today.
Poor
so,
guy.
You know, it is what it is. It's,
Well, we just want to make you feel bad. We gotta get you a drink. You'll be all right.
Man, we
big
should
guy.
have took $600.
It's just
Give the baby a bottle.
right.
who the
Yo,
fuck is this guy? Why
y'all
do we let
hear
this
the
guy?
voice out here? He's
Yeah.
back.
It's Christmas, Joe.
Kenny
Yeah.
B, the socialite, and what he got on? You doing
He
karate now?
got a cheap bottle of
Hey,
I
wine.
got my straight jacket on today.
He's a Renaissance man, Joe.
Wow.
He came to make America great again, huh?
I broke out tonight.
He may come to make open bar great again tonight.
Where's your red hat, yo?
I mean,
Yo, we having a good show. We got a good show lined up for you guys today. Who we got coming in today, Dave?
Yeah, mom.
She's
Nah,
listening to.
yeah. Hey, mama. But we'll see.
We'll see. Oh, okay. So it's a surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That's what's up. Yo, give us a call at 202-656-1-BOB. We'll be right back with some hot topics and our drink of the day and our
Wrong track.
special guest.
Let's get to the real thing.
Salute.
Sucker. 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 Sucker.
Yo, I'm a little afraid. What's going on here? This is homemade shit. Anyway, welcome to WLVS Radio. You're tuned into the open bar. Salud.
Salute.
I know we normally do our drink today, but we was gonna start with some hookah, but yeah. Yo, and we don't have. Oh, Dave rocking our shirt. Show them the shirts, Dave. Open bar logo.
$99.99.
You know it. $10 for those shirts. You can order them shirts at openbartuesdays@gmail.com. Get your shirt. Yo, it's been a good stocking stuffer, but that's over right now.
Told me $100
For the shirt?
shirts.
No, we was just telling you that. But Sharice from last week is on her way as well. And she said that she wanted to make sure you had the 2X she wanted to purchase for her sister. She just sent me that text.
Oh.
Did you bring it?
The 2X.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
No
cool.
one told me about that.
Huh?
She was going to slide through, okay.
She's on her way here.
what's up.
You know Sharice too.
Nah,
Sharice Crawford.
Because she's a 2X, right?
No, she's not a 2X. She was purchasing a 2X.
Damn, dog.
Sharice is, she's a DC socialite. She's the DC, what do you call it?
Councilwoman.
Not council.
Chairwoman.
Not
She's
chairwoman. It's called, is it?
Commissioner?
Commissioner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The commissioner.
ANC Commissioner?
Yes.
Ward 8.
For Ward 7. Ward 8.
Word 8.
Ward 8. Ward 8. She's on her way. She was good last week. She got a lot of hot things going. She could keep us up on DC gossip. Everything going on with that with the DS mayor. DL, what do you call it?
DSL.
DSL
man. Come on, man. Let's give the mayor some form of respect.
I love her. We love the mayor. That's
We
Kenny
love the
B's
mayor.
best friend. Well, you and the mayor, you know,
No, he can't tell any jokes about the mayor. He must be.
he can't be. He
Yeah, he's
connected
on her
to the mayor.
team,
Hey,
man.
you see how you gotta throw me under the bus when it comes
Well,
to
y'all close.
we're good.
You're good? I bet you are. Tell us about it. Tell us about it. You driving that new Mercedes. How'd you get that? How'd you get that?
It's not even a foreign anymore. I heard like anything over 10 years is like a citizen. It's not considered a foreign anymore. So I have a citizen outside.
You have a citizen
I don't have
outside.
a foreign.
Hell,
It's
it's probably
nice.
made. Yeah, it's probably made here. I think the Benz plant is like in Kentucky or some shit.
They got one in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's something down there.
Well, I'm bored with that. So, y'all want to go to some hot topics since the
Absolutely.
hookah
Yeah,
not
yeah.
ready? Then I guess we can
Merry
have drinks
Christmas.
later.
Merry belated Christmas.
Merry
fellas.
Christmas, yo.
Yeah.
Everybody had good Christmas gifts and all that good stuff. I know you got a lot of good Christmas
Dave
gifts.
usually bring the sweet
Man.
potato pies.
No sweet potato
Yo, why are
pies.
you
Did
on
you
sweet,
cook?
why are you on sweet potato pies, dog? You done brought that up like 8 times right now.
Dave is a sweet potato pie guy.
Dog,
okay?
just go to Walmart, get you the Patty LaBelle.
Nobody.
Let it sit
that
there
patty
roast
pie
for-
is disgusting.
Let
I'm
it sit and
sorry.
roast
I
for
won't
a
eat
minute.
it. I won't eat
It's
it.
disgusting. It tastes so artificial. I don't know if y'all had it before.
I don't know about no artificial.
Artificial.
Artificial. Artificial.
Artificial.
Artificial.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not artificial.
It tastes
Artificial.
very,
Give
very
him a drink already?
I'm on codeine. I can tell the truth. I drink codeine 24/7. No, I'm just kidding.
goodness,
I'm
codeine
kidding.
tough
I'm
guy.
kidding. Yo, in Hot Topics, who had the best year? Female comedian this year. You had the best year of her.
Tiffany Haddish, man.
That's right, Tiffany Haddish.
She did
She's
her
like,
thing.
she's winning. Don't everybody here can agree?
Am I hating on her by saying she's a little overrated?
Does she have a sex
You think
tape?
so? She
I
don't
think-
have a sex.
I think she's a little overrated because she did great in the movie.
right.
She has a great personality, right? Her funniest stuff is like the sexual type stuff, but sheer comedy, like a comedian, like you know what I'm saying, like who can tell jokes. She hasn't proven that to
Well,
me.
if you think about it, a lot of comedians nowadays tell them situational life style
get
type
that. It's not
stories. Nobody tells jokes.
There's a lot of
anymore.
great comedians out there. They
You
just
saying
don't,
she's
they're
not
not
a
the
good
popular
sitcom?
ones.
Yeah.
She's not a good stand-up comedian. You saying?
Well, I'm just saying that she.
I never
hasn't-
seen any
she-
stand-up.
I'm just saying she right.
Yeah,
she's
I
done
saw
a
she
few
had
stand-up
stand-up.
shows,
Yeah,
but
she had
it's-
stand-up on Netflix.
They weren't
right
big. She hosted SNL. What I'm saying is that the hype about her to me is overrated because she hasn't done anything. I don't think to deserve the hype. Like the movie was great.
Yeah.
She did her jokes and everything, but as an entertainer, she hasn't arrived yet.
Well, if you read,
I don't know. I haven't seen anything from her. Not even the movie.
And she been out here for a little bit doing little stuff, but it's been real underground, and it's great that she got the buzz off of the movie, right?
Well, I think if you read, like, she has a book out right now that's called, what is it called? Something
Pastor, like,
about
everybody got a
unicorn.
book.
Yeah.
But her book is number one. It's selling. It's selling for some reason.
Because some reason, man, they hyping her up like she been. They giving her so much love. She got commercials, and she has a
was
great
the first.
personality.
She was the first female comedian, black female comedian, to host
SNL.
SNL.
Okay.
But I would say her.
Can't
if you-
take that from her.
If you look at her past story, she's been through a lot. Even right now, she's back in Hot Topics because she just presented a case. An ex-husband is suing her, but she's proven. But they found out now that he was abusing her pretty badly before he left, and he's trying to still get money from her.
Because
And
they
she-
still haven't been divorced, right?
they haven't been divorced, but she's been trying to get away from her, and then they found out he's been like their last situation together, he choked her, and when
Recently,
she got over,
like 2017 choke.
well,
She
they're
divorced him like in 2015 or something, like
Okay.
2013.
Hold up,
It's
hold
like a recent divorce.
Hold up. I thought they wasn't divorced. Didn't he just say they wasn't divorced?
No, they are.
They filed for the
They
divorce in
separated
2015. Okay.
within the last couple of years. I mean, and the thing is,
And she just applied for a restraining order against him recently.
she's
So-
pretty
Well,
young. She's pretty young.
Shout out to Tiffany Haddish. I think this topic is
Turned into office.
boring. Yeah, so whatever.
Damn,
'Cause
man.
she's just not hot enough. Let's go.
Damn, bro. You just like she's not hot enough.
Tiffany Haddish is not hot enough, man.
Cause, man.
So this is how we end in the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Not hot enough. We don't talk about them that long, right?
It's not,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
That is
We're
Pastor.
not giving Tiffany Haddish no 15 minutes.
Yeah,
But
hey,
she's
man.
like she's the top thing going right now.
man.
What John had you
I
forced you to watch that comedy special one Netflix weekend, man? Like this is some bullshit right here.
Exactly.
Anyway.
You was Netflix and chilling this weekend, Pat?
Yeah.
I actually did a little bit.
Ooh, what did you watch? What did you watch?
I watched what did I watch on Netflix? A little bit of
She's got to have it. I know it.
I watched one show, and guess what?
I watched that Bright
the
show.
fourth show or fifth show was so slow, I don't even want to watch the rest of the series. They messed it up for me. It's like they got so slow and so dumb.
Which
It
one?
was
She's Gotta
like
Have
the
It?
fifth show, yeah.
Yeah, it is
I
kind of.
seen the
watched-
first one today.
I was like, I can't watch. The first three were
The first
alright.
one was all right.
I watched Bright.
that Will
the
Smith
Will
joint?
Smith joint. I did watch Bright,
Yeah, I
and
saw
I found that to be, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
People say it was bad.
Yeah, I can see why it would be considered bad.
Well, why is Will Smith going to Netflix? Isn't that a demotion?
No, it was a movie though. It wasn't a series. It was a movie because with Netflix,
Oh.
Netflix got so much money right now. You can go to them with a bullshit idea and be like, "Hey, I want to pitch a movie about
And they still and
gargoyle
Netflix,
porn," and they'd be like,
but
"Yeah,
Netflix
we'll do it."
But they still losing millions too. But watch this though. What I watched was Cedric the Entertainer's stand-up comedy. He did it like 3 years ago, man, and it's hilarious. See, he's a real comedian, a legit comedian who tells jokes, and it's just like, man,
Right.
yo, you
So
just
you ain't gonna
laughing.
keep cutting on Tiffany Haddish now. That woman.
Man, she getting to do some work. She getting to do a stand-up that's funny.
I mean, but
Next thing you're gonna hear this dude say she's an A-list comedian.
Oh God,
a lot
But she
of,
is this year.
I mean-
she won't be next year though.
think about it like this. I mean, a lot of comedians though have great movies, but their stand-ups are like okay. You know, like I'm not a Kevin Hart fan, but his
me
movies are amazing.
You look
But
like
his
Kevin Hart, though.
His stand-ups are
He looks
just
like Kevin
horrible.
Hart a little bit.
Why is this dude here, dog? And you know what I'm saying? Why are you here,
Hey,
man?
man,
he's
get
just
out my
playing.
seat, man.
Yes, I'm in your seat, dog. You ain't here no more.
That's Kenny BC.
That's my seat.
He over there sounding like Eddie Kane right now. You can't get it because you ain't got it.
No, but like I don't think Kevin Hart stand-ups are all that funny to me.
I like Kevin Hart.
I don't
Yeah.
think Steve Harvey is that funny.
Steve Harvey's not that funny.
Nah, he's not
back
that
in the
funny.
day, Steve Harvey was funny.
He
But
wasn't
nah,
funny back
not a
in the
stand-up.
day.
Yeah, the
When has he ever
original
been
King
funny?
of Comedy was alright. though.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
They
Queens,
demoted-
of
it wasn't.
Queens of Comedy was better than Kings of Comedy.
No,
That's
No.
my opinion.
No,
I'll
no,
be real.
no.
I
No.
agree with you on
No,
that.
sir.
Yeah, I'm
No, sir.
saying.
You and that.
Now,
No.
I feel bad because he's
No.
agreed now. Now I feel
Exactly,
like a
man.
bitch
Pause.
now.
Why y'all giving high fives
Pause
over
on
this
that,
over
but
Queens
nah.
of Comedy?
No, that's some Sigma shit. Right
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
No, I'm just saying. That's
You and
some,
Kenny B switch seats.
Hey, so Nia Long's sister Nobody
Yes.
knows her sister. Who's her sister?
Simone. God,
Simone.
She's a real comedian. She's funny, man.
Yeah.
She's all right.
See,
No,
Simone don't
she's
look
the
as
best in
cute
the
as
business.
Tiffany Haddish. So
Take that down. I'm not
Right.
doing
We got dragon breath. We got
That's
dragon
almost
breath
fair.
over there
He's
blowing
blue
smoke.
sparks.
It did not.
Sparks.
It's
trying to
not.
kill me.
It's
Yo, your breath is already smoke, and he's blowing more smoke over there.
Kenny, calm down, bro. Calm down.
Both of y'all calm
I'm
down.
glad to see you doing well with your life right now. You got a haircut finally. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
What is
saying?
he
You're
talking
dressing
about?
better now. Thank
What
God.
is he talking about? Bald head's been a
Bald-
part of the show since day one.
Bro, you didn't have a bald head because, you know, it was in style. You had a bald head because, I mean, your shit was fucked up.
All right, this is not joke hour. Y'all not
Exactly.
fighting for comedian of the year.
exactly.
All right,
But
let's
I'm
go.
saying, so
Can we
Tiffany
try to
Haddish
get-
is
can we
cute,
get this seat
and
back?
Simone's not cute. So Simone never.
Simone
really
is
blew off.
gorgeous. What are
Yeah,
you talking
she's
about?
Not, she's okay.
I feel like people don't let you in when you don't have that appeal. You know what I'm saying? Tiffany Haddish just looks a little bit more appealing, but she's current. She got the little stuff now. She hasn't told great jokes to me.
Tiffany
No,
Haddish.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Some more.
Why would she deserve to be the first black female to host SNL? Why?
Because she right now
Because she was box
it's
office
popularity. She was box off. Come on now.
No, but
What
okay.
about
So,
Whoopi
so who's
Goldberg?
the finest comedian you?
She
do
never
know, though?
hosted Saturday Night Live, unfortunately.
Seriously?
She hasn't.
Yeah,
I was shocked
that would
too.
be a good guess. I would never thought she never did it.
She never hosted.
Who's that?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Goldberg.
No.
I thought she.
She was on Saturday Night
She-
Live.
what about
but
the
she never hosted.
She never. She played like a special guest
See,
part.
I don't think it's right to give Tiffany Haddish that when you got Whoopi Goldberg alive, man. You know what I'm saying? Even though Whoopi had been out of the comedy game for real.
But I mean,
Yeah.
SNL's been on the air for years, and I don't
I mean,
believe that.
there's a lot of
fact.
people they look past. Like, let's say Whoopi Goldberg, who hasn't did it. What another comedian that was out
Didn't
there?
Maya? Maya Rudolph. She's like half. I mean, she's biracial,
half-
but
yeah,
yeah,
she's
she's
definitely
biracial.
half.
But
Comedian?
yeah. Didn't she
Maya
host it
Rudolph.
one day?
she's not a host. She's a member of Saturday Night
Okay,
Live. She's
okay.
still
All
on the
right.
show. You talking about which Minnie
Minnie
Riperton's
Riperton's daughter, yeah.
Riperton's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manny Rippleton.
But she's still on that show. She's a
Yeah.
member of the
I thought she
cast.
might have
Who's the
hosted
black
it.
female comedians?
The chick
Who's
from
I don't know.
Ghostbusters?
I don't know them.
The chick from
If that's-
Monique never
Mo-
hosted. I was shocked.
Yeah, Monique had the star power. Like, you don't get Monique on
Nah,
Monique is blackballed from Hollywood.
Monique has
there.
always been a
Recently,
C list,
She took herself when she went
and
left a
then
little
now
bit.
she went to like E list.
Monique, unfortunately, been
what's the girl
blackballed
with
by a lot of people.
Adele Givens, the big lips. She got the big
Adele
ass.
Givens.
But see,
She
that's the
not- she
thing.
not star
Now, do you
power.
know any fine comedians, female comedians?
Tiffany Haddish.
Even Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah, it's rough out here.
Tiffany
It's
Haddish.
rough out there when it comes
For
to
the
the
black
comedian.
female comedians,
Yeah.
Tiffany Haddish and Samora are the most finest ones that's out right
But
now.
no comedians really look good. If you think
Samoa's
even
fine.
male
Samoa's
comedians
like
aren't great looking.
Great.
Huh?
The thing
Even
is,
male comedians aren't great
also
looking.
you also have to
I
take
mean,
this
I'm
into
not
consideration.
judging dudes. I'm just saying.
Right now, when you look at
Bill
like
Bellamy was
females,
the last
when you look at females in comedy in comedy right now, the industry in general, and I'm talking about black, white, whatever, they're pushing Amy Schumer the most right now. Because
I
I mean,
ain't heard
one,
nothing from her in a while, though.
she's loud. You know, she's loud, and two, you know, I think she caused some controversy over the summer because she demanded the same
We missing some female
money
comedians. So we got to Google them.
as
Female comedians out here.
Eddie. She demanded the same money as Dave Chappelle and what's her name because
She deserves it.
no, she don't. No, the
You
fuck
talking
she
about
don't.
Amy Schumer?
Amy Schumer does not deserve the
Her-
same
that
money
movie-
that
that
Dave
movie
Amy
that she
Chappelle.
Schumer
brought
just had
out.
a play on Broadway.
Yeah,
Like,
she
They have had it played on Broadway.
but
hasn't
she don't deserve Dave Chappelle, Chris
Nah,
Rock
nah,
money.
Exactly.
it? Amy Schumer's movie last year. What was the name of that movie? I can't think of it.
Trainwreck.
Trainwreck made almost $100 and something million.
Let's see,
And that's because of her
you be
name.
over, you
Well,
be
maybe,
killing.
It did.
maybe,
You know.
but still, man, Amy Schumer is not like the girl. Who's the other girl that's on SNL? Who's the star?
I mean, just tell the truth. Man.
Tina Fey.
Tina
Yeah.
Fey.
Oh,
Oh,
it's not about. It's not
what's
about
what's the big girl that the big
their
girl?
name. It's about their audience, and they have a bigger audience.
Yeah.
That's true.
So you got to think about it. Their audience are going to support them regardless.
Right.
Like us as black folks, we're more subject to go bootleg before we go support
That's
them.
true.
I think, yeah, and I think, and you know, I think Tiffany Haddish to me seems like she's taken. Her and Kevin Hart to me are like the new NBA player, right? Isaiah Thomas and the old bad boys, they play a different kind of basketball. Like LeBron is a different era. Kevin Hart is a different era comedian because all the old school comedians say Kevin Hart, he been out in the game for a long time, but what he does, you know what I'm saying? They don't, in their minds, that's not pure calmly, like you
But
said.
you know, I have a
You
confession.
talking
I
about your
like Kevin
family
Hart,
the whole
though.
time.
I like
mean,
Kevin, but I think he's annoying. And I have a
I think
another
Cat Williams
confession.
is annoying.
No, I think Cat
Cat
Williams
was
is a
funny,
comedian. I think he's funny.
Yeah, Cat was
But I think Kevin
Nah.
Hart is annoying. Although Kevin Hart is good script wise, but when it comes to like actually stand up or just, I think I don't like comics who joan on people all day, and that's their whole act.
exactly Kevin
And-
Hart.
But that's
Tiffany
that's
Haddish
more
does
off
the
the
same
cuff.
thing.
yeah, but he tells his stories and stuff like that. But
Tiffany Haddish does the same thing. She's annoying. Like if you ever watched the show Hollywood Hip Hop Squares, she was very annoying on that show. I hate it every time she opened her mouth. Every time she opened her mouth, she was annoying.
I never watched that show. Okay,
But anyway, moving on to another hot topic. There's rumored now that Diddy is trying to buy Papa John's. Did y'all hear that?
no.
I
That's a
heard
wrong
about
rumor,
the.
Joe.
I heard about, he was
People
trying to
be
buy
trying
the
to-
Carolina
the
Panthers.
Panthers.
That too. He's buying that, but then you know
Oh, because the owner,
the owner had to step down,
Right.
and P. Diddy is trying to step into that role and actually own the I mean, not just a franchise, but trying to be
own the brand.
trying to be CEO of Papa John's.
He could be doing that.
Y'all think that's a good idea?
I mean, he's
White
at a
people ain't gonna
point
buy
where he,
pizza if
What
black
you
man
gonna, what
own
you
that.
want to say?
He's trying
It's
to
gonna be Papa
diversify.
Diddy's now.
That would be hot, Papa Diddy's.
I'm not calling him that, man.
Papa
But
Diddy's would be fly.
I mean, he got the money.
pizza
He's
be
trying-
Papa
Pizza,
Diddy's.
Joe.
he
Papa
definitely.
Diddy's there. Like, man, I'm getting that, yo.
I'm gonna give me some Papa Diddy's.
getting that, yo.
It'll be different sides. Now it'll be chitlins.
But he would have high class pieces. It'd be
You think so?
caviar.
Oh yeah,
Put
oh
some
yeah.
shrimp on that thing.
He's,
Jumbo shrimp.
he's definitely at a position where he can diversify his income that way, but
Not
I don't know if he
diversify,
wants.
I think he should go after the Panthers, man.
Yeah,
I mean, if it's up, they selling the Panthers. What-
Yeah. So
They're
the
doing
owner with the Panthers,
with the largest share, like he owns like 53%.
right? He's
He wants to
he's under some pressure to sell.
Okay.
For the simple fact of it is that he said some subjective things, and he has done some
Suggestive.
Well, if you want to call them, yeah, it
I mean,
was
you said suggest.
subject.
My cousin doesn't know a lot of words. So,
But go ahead.
too technical with them,
coming
please.
Cut his mic off.
Yeah, cut his mic off.
Coming
man.
for both
Why
of
is
y'all.
this man
But
here?
and I think he has a sexual harassment.
He has a
claim
pending sexual harassment claim.
Oh, so
so
say-
pretty much a lot of the owners.
So he like, while this joint is worth this billions, let me go ahead and sell this and get that money.
Yeah.
And be, man, be out, man. Because we don't need to get on that topic again, but people need to understand. People need to understand that this is not one guy here, one guy there. Dudes just were acting like that in every area, from church, politics, schoolhouse, police. You just treated women like that. That was normal.
It was just
The
locker
dude on
room
the
talk.
street.
It was regular. Construction workers were everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Basically,
Yeah, they've been whistling at women forever.
It's like so. Yeah,
It's
bring
just
it
the
over
president
here.
says it's locker room talk.
Flash me. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Exactly. It's
yeah.
like so. Women could come out with stories all day long.
Well, the thing is, it's like the thing that's killing me is how society is jumping to conclusion and how we're convicting people
but-
based off of
with this-
without
Of their
clear
claims.
Yeah,
But
off
hold on,
claims,
but the
and
thing
that's
is,
what the
the
problem
dudes
is.
actually did a lot of this stuff. Cause look, you could you remember back in the day, Dave? I think it was our generation, last generation, where you could actually be at school and you could hit a girl in the butt, like.
Oh yeah,
And
You could never
who's
hit
she
her.
gonna tell? Like,
she wasn't gonna
you
tell
hit her in the
nobody.
butt, you didn't harm her.
She told her big brother he fucked you up.
If you had a big brother, you ain't hit that girl.
Yeah,
unless
you
didn't
knew
know
her
no better.
big brother.
You ain't you hit her. She wasn't getting hit on that. You know what I'm saying? But other girls, you could hit them on the butt. It was like, it was regular stuff, right?
Yeah.
But now, I just feel like the way to
It was
solve
always
the way
wrong.
to solve the thing is this. I feel like the collectively as a country, we should say, listen, any sexual harassment that's dated beyond 1980, we're not dealing with it. So anything in the last 20, 30 years, we'll deal with that, but we're not going back. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
nah, I don't even say
Not even that
30
far.
years.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe back to what, like 2000. It's 17 years later.
Yeah.
The millennial. Yeah, exactly. At 2000, if you did something in 2001, we're going to deal with that.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, it's like
You get a
I
free-
like what Russell Simmons and some of the people are doing. They're like stepping up and they're like, I have a right to defend myself if someone
Yeah, but see-
accuses me.
But the public
And
opinion,
that's what they need.
public opinion is already, regardless. Of
It's
their
already been
guilty-
set.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already been said. So, you already got that stigma.
That's why
on
Russell
you.
Simmons stepped down.
Yeah.
That's why he stepped down.
Because he had to. He had to, you know.
That's
'cause
still
he had to
Uncle
fight
Russ,
that.
though. It don't matter.
It's still
He's a
Uncle
man.
Russ.
Yeah, come on.
No,
man.
but Russ,
He's
listen.
one of the pioneers, man.
But here's why Russ don't even mad, because he know, man, he screwed so many 16-year-olds. It's not funny. So he's like, if it's only three,
wife
it's
was
Like
it's only,
being in
it's
that
only,
life, though, being in that life.
it's only like three of y'all. I'm with it. I'll
But
take
you know
three.
what? But if you
I mean, look, his
have y'all-
wife, Kamora Lee.
Have y'all heard those testimonies of those,
Mega
a
mogul.
couple of those women who the things that
Just
that
party
Russ-
with him and then
Russell?
trying to get paid.
Yes, have y'all
probably.
heard? I heard 3 testimonies. I don't know. It was. I mean, like, what do they have to win or lose? You know.
Money, they're trying to get money.
I
And
don't know. I don't know.
I don't
they're
think
trying
it's
to get
money. It's some people that
Well,
do it. It's
and
some people that
the-
do it for the notoriety, and let's be real. There's some people there's some attention crave people out here. Me too. They do it for the attention.
that's the campaign, me too.
Yeah.
But listen,
but the campaign and everything like that, and if you do for the notoriety, your ultimate goal is to get to the money.
Right.
exactly.
Because you feel like you've been blackballed in positions and things of that nature.
Well, not only that, listen, your career didn't really take off. You know, these girls were 16. They said it was the industry, right? If you're trying to be a model, you're trying to be an artist, you trying to get around Russell Simmons back in the day. He was the man, right? Starting
Your mama or your daddy didn't warn you about Russell Simmons? Or
This-
people like Russell
This is what I'm
Simmons?
saying. My thing is that because it didn't pan out, and ultimately these women are have to go get regular jobs.
But
and
one
work.
woman said that he held her down. She went up there thinking that he told her that he wanted to talk to her about a commercial that they
Okay,
were,
so
that
pause.
did.
Let's stop right there. Like the Mike Tyson thing. It's like when Mike Tyson to the girl upstairs. It's kind of like certain things you just gonna know better, right?
No, but let me tell you before you say that. When they first came up there, his assistant, it was people there. Now she didn't go up there alone by herself, and then he told her that they were going to do some yoga stuff together. So then
Hold on.
initially,
all I'm saying, Ron, is this: how long when we were young did we know? Listen, you're not just your sister, or whatever. You're not going up to a guy's apartment to talk business. This is
And
not
no
what you do
older
business.
guy.
see, I'm not gonna. I disagree
older
with that.
guy.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate because if this is okay. If I'm invited,
talk business.
if I'm invited to Oprah Winfrey's house, I'm not gonna think that she's gonna hit me upside my head or something. I'm thinking
Not
I'm
true.
going there.
Not true. If Oprah Winfrey invites you to her house, hold on, into
I'm
her
thinking she
personal
gonna give
side
me
at
knowledge.
3 in the morning.
I'm thinking
At
she
3
gonna
in the
give me
morning.
knowledge.
No,
Go
you
there for
don't.
drinks and
No,
give me
you
knowledge.
don't.
You
I'm not
is a
gonna
damn
think.
lie.
I don't care what you say.
No, you don't.
And-
Ronnie's the type
You don't
that
think
when
that.
a girl be
No,
like, "Let's
he
go
wants-
upstairs,"
He wants that check.
after midnight, he's
no,
like,
it's not about
too
that.
late.
It's about the respect that I have, and this person's Oprah, somebody that can.
Yo,
who
at
give-
3 in the morning, 2 in the morning.
I still wouldn't think that.
Like the girl who went to Mike Tyson.
No, that's different. Mike
Hold on,
Tyson
I'm
had
saying
a
that
thought.
doesn't-
That's different.
You think
There's a
the
lot
judge,
of
Why is that
situations like
different?
that.
I'm gonna tell you it's
the
different.
judge will
because-
take into account and say, hold on, why would you go to this man's hotel room
No, that's different. That's completely different.
at 2 in the morning?
That's completely different. I'm thinking that's one thing you say. Everybody know what Mike Tyson is up for. Russell Simmons, if I'm invited to Russell Simmons' house, or Oprah Winfrey's house, or Tyler Perry's house, I'm not going to think that I'm going up there. I'm thinking I am going up there to talk
Yo,
business.
if Tyler Perry wanted me to come and say, I want you to audition for a role, right?
At 3
And I
o'clock
say,
in the morning.
and he tells me, yo, he calls me and like, come at 2 in the morning, man. I don't think
nah,
I'm getting
dog.
a role, man.
Nah, dog.
You getting a roll, all right.
You know, I think
In
I
his
think
bed.
I think it was Pam.
But
I think it was
the
Pam.
one woman,
Pamela-
the one woman that I was talking about when it came to Russell Simmons, she went up there. He asked her to go to do yoga with him.
Yeah, right.
And so and
You
it
don't
was,
do yoga 3 in the
Hold on,
morning.
It wasn't
hold on.
3 in the morning.
Do we even work
People
out the
came
yoga on
there.
a regular basis? It's like,
Well,
first time-
that's what he said. He was trying to
Okay.
introduce her into it. He had people there first. He was fine, she said. And then when he sent those people away, all of a sudden things changed. His whole facial expression changed and everything. That's when she thought,
'Cause
okay.
Russell was
That's when
taking-
she said,
taking
this is where I
16-year-olds
fucked
down,
up.
boy.
No,
he
I
held
mean-
her down, choked her, and everything.
I think it was
And
Pam.
she didn't leave when
I think it
everybody
was.
else leave?
I
She
think it was
didn't
Pam
know.
Grier. I think it was Pam, not Pam Grier, but Pamela Anderson. She said it a couple of weeks back. She said, and she caught a lot of flack for this shit. She said, "You're coming from a perspective where it's like use your common sense. You know, read the situation. Don't go over no person's house at 3 in the morning. You know what time it is."
But I think we talk about
But
different situations.
no,
though.
I'm just saying,
No,
like, use common. The
Anybody you
position
don't
that
meet
passes
on a
coming
regular
from
basis.
is use common sense
On
in
a-
these
you don't meet
situations.
someone on a
The
regular
woman
basis,
said
yeah.
that she went up because he hired
No
her.
woman.
He hired her for she was in that movie with what's that guy name? Bill Bellamy.
Bill Bellamy.
Bill Bellamy. So and then he was talking to her about her role and do promotions for that movie, and that's why she thought she was going there.
Hold on. And like the girl who was with Bill
Cosby.
No, not Bill Cosby. White Bill. Fox News.
Cling.
No. Fox
Bill
News.
Murray?
O'Reilly.
Oh, Bill O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly. So the girl was like, he took me to dinner because he was going to help my career. So she like, he's going to give me pointers in education. But at the dinner table, you know, he's saying all stuff, and he's trying to press her to come up to his room. She don't want to come up to his room. And he's like, nah, come on, we can go talk and finish this conversation upstairs in the room. She didn't go to the room because guess what? It's like, why do we need to go from a private table talking, having drink? Why do we need to go up to your room to finish talking?
Common sense, though.
That's what I'm saying.
You're looking at it from a perspective of that, and a lot of
And
these
how old
people
was she?
is not looking at it like that.
How old was she?
She was probably
She probably in
20s,
her
30s.
30s at least.
Most of these people
Like
that Russell was, they 16 and 15 and 17.
And
But-
why
but
are you
where
with
your
a
parents at? Yeah,
grown
exactly.
ass man?
What, my 16-year-old is not going around no star. If she is,
You won't even let your 18-year-old
We
daughter
not
go
talking
around with
about
another
We're not
18-year-old.
talking about
So why would you allow your 16-year-old daughter to go around a
watch
grown
this.
ass
Watch
man?
this. Let her get on a plane and fly and meet the person.
Yes.
I'll be with
What?
her. I'll be with her.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would be with her.
Thank
Let
you.
me tell you a story about. Let me tell you a story about this guy, man. Should I say his name though?
Nah.
Go ahead.
He's a local DC kind of legend.
Go ahead.
You saying go ahead? You
Nah.
He likes messy
Don't-
stuff.
don't-
All right, so I'll
don't
tell y'all
say
off
his
the air
name.
who it is. But it's
Yeah.
this dude. He's in fashion, right? Big fashion dude.
Well, I don't know
Saw
him
me
either.
on the street outside of a church, right? He was like, "Man, do you model?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Would you like to model?" He's like, "I do this work." He's like, "You should be modeling. You should be like." He was trying to hit me with the whole thing, right? And he was like, "Here's my number. Call me up, XYZ." And he was like, "I want you to come in for an audition. I'm going to do a show." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And everybody talked about him. He legit. He really be doing shows and all that, right? I knew the dude was gay, so I'm fine with that. But you want me model? You gonna put me in? I'm great. So he's like, he hit me up. He's like, "Are you gonna come?" Bet. So I'm coming. When I get to the location, I brought my sister with me. I'm like, because when he told me it was gonna be in like this apartment building or something like that, Joe, I'm not going up in that.
He had the candles and the oil. hey, y'all seen the Boondocks episode with my man with Tyler's
So what
Perry
happened with
joint?
the story?
So I call him and say, "Yo, I'm downstairs, man. I'm trying to park." He's like, "Okay, great. Come on up." You know what I'm saying? Everything's fine. I said, "All right, me and my sister are on our way up." The nigga switched completely up.
Oh, you said your sister.
I said, "My sister was coming with me." "Why is your sister with you?" "This is an audition. You don't need a sister with you. You're not serious about this career. You don't really want to do this with it. You know what? Look, I'm just having second thoughts about this whole thing and everything." And he's like, he just went off. I was like, "So I'm saying, I apologize. I mean, my sister, she just rolled with me. You know, I didn't know it was going to be a problem. I played it off, but I intentionally brought her with me." He went off on me, and ultimately was like, "Never mind. You know, I changed my mind," and hung the phone up on me.
And you didn't get the part.
I didn't even go audition. Because that was not about to be an audition.
He had the part already. He just,
He had my role and everything.
Wow.
That was going to be a
What
full
he
dress
said, What he said
rehearsal.
on Boondock, what he told Grandpa on Boondock.
a full
"Look, I just
undress
wanna-
rehearsal.
Wow.
Can you take off your shirt?
A
sir?"
local DC legend at that, man.
I think I already know who you're talking about.
He's
I
still
don't.
around, too.
I gotta find this out. So we will
Come
go
on,
to
man.
a
Quick
song.
break.
We're coming back with our
Guest.
our guest and
And
our
our
drink of
drink.
the day. Yo, give us a call at 202-656-1BAR, and I'll let you know who he's talking about.
Who's talking about Glenn?
Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Listen vision, listen vision.
Turning up the Cadillac. Turning up the Cadillac.
Listen Vision. Listen Vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Oh! Listen Vision. 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 DC's #1 recording studio. Oh! Listen Vision. Listen Vision. Listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Oh! Listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Oh!
Welcome back to WLVS Radio. You're tuned into the open bar.
Salute.
Salute. We right here hooking it out. Sharice just finally joined us. We've been waiting on her all day. She looking good. You looking good, girl.
You won't throw me out there like that today.
That's right.
I'm sorry, the commissioner.
Hi, everybody.
She's looking good. She's looking good.
Sharice, good to see you.
Yo, of course, my favorite part of the show is when we introduce our drink of the day. Our drink of the day, of course, today is presented as, what is it called, PDO?
Christmas tree.
Sex appeal.
The sex appeal. Yeah. The sex appeal is made with our choice of Puerto Rican. It's actual Puerto Rican.
It's coconut rum from the Bahamas.
From the Bahamas. Imported from Bahamas. Whoa. Along with regular white rum, Bacardi rum, along with a splash of sweet and sour, apple pucker, along with blue liqueur, and triple sec for your taste. Definitely a great drink. What you think? You feeling sexy with this, Sharice?
I think it's a great selection. I saw you mixing it up back there. You had a little bit of time, and I'm impressed. You did a really good job.
Oh, thank you.
It only took me an hour to do it.
Oh,
the whole hour.
We got the hookah going right now. We got a special guest in the building. Hasn't been back here in a while. Who you over there sitting with, PDO?
Yes, we do. Mr. Demetrius Gross. Glad to have you back, man. My first time getting a chance to meet him. Tell me a little bit about you, like what you do in the.
I don't want to bore everybody.
Oh man, just a little bit. Of quick synopsis about
You
what
can't
do.
bore
We
us,
know
man.
that you've done some acting. But is that the core?
The core. I mean, that's the core of the most visible. That's the most visible. I think.
Give us a quick
portion right now.
rundown of some stuff you've worked on.
I'm gonna go. I'll talk a little currently. Right now, I'm on a NBC series titled The Brave. It returns back to broadcast on the 1st of January.
Okay.
And this year I got a movie coming out with Dwayne Johnson called Rampage.
Okay.
And what else is
that's
happening
to be released
currently?
In 2018?
And in April of 2018. And what else is happening? I have a show on Netflix right now called Frontier.
Okay.
And
yeah.
opposite the
I have to watch that. I've been watching Netflix recently.
yeah, it's a fun show because you're allowed to do things on Netflix that you can't necessarily do on broadcast.
Okay.
But then you have a certain budget in broadcast that you don't have
it sounds
on the
too
networks.
Fun, so give us a little peek. What's Frontier about? You said
Frontier is cool because it's about the debacling of the Hudson Bay Company that was a big entity responsible for a lot of the transcontinental slave trading that went on in the 1800s. They were fur trapping, and some say that they were, loosely responsible for pillaging some of the Native Americans and Aboriginal Americans of North America. But they were a huge conglomerate. They started going hard. So I'm in a group a gypsy group alongside Jason Momoa, the guy from Aquaman. And other partner, and basically subplotting the story is that we try to debacle the Hudson Bay Company, and kind of we're like I guess a Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves meets like I don't know the Revenant, something like that. Like it's kind of like it's way out in like
very nice.
Wilderness in North America.
Right now.
It's on Netflix right now streaming. Yeah.
Called Frontier.
That's called Frontier.
Demetrius,
I mean that's some of what I'm doing.
Who are some of the other actors that are in the break on NBC with you?
On The Brave, and Hayes from I guess my favorite movie Anne Hayes did was Donnie Brasco.
Right.
But Mike Vogel from Under the Dome. Who else is on the show? Natasha Karam, she's a newcomer out of the UK. Hadi Tabal, Tate Ellington from Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, okay.
Now, what season is this for The Brave?
This is we're still within our first season, so we already did our sort of fall showing, and now we're gonna come back in January for like 3 shows, and that'll end our first season.
First season.
Yeah.
You think it's gonna get picked up again?
Hey, look,
you
people say it's a really popular show. You know, it's funny. They always say like, when you have a hit, but you never know anything. But it's been amazing what people have been saying, online and through the social media outlets. Yeah, I haven't really seen anything like it in terms of people being passionate, fired up about it. So who knows?
Is it harder to break out with Netflix, regular stations, so many people, the independent films, to really get a hit? To stand out.
Oh, absolutely. Because with you know, it's kind of like what Jay was talking about in the Magna Carta, Holy Grail, and all those guys, where they were kind of talking about the new rules of, you know, the internet and how we all have so much access, all of us. You know, primary source documentarians, in all facets, we have more access. So it's more of a saturation now. So it's more. So it's harder naturally because there's more numbers.
Because of just the saturation. Right?
Yeah. So I think it is more competitive real estate now for the bigger distribution channels.
And so, where do you hope to go from here? Like, what's the future looking like for?
For me, family first. You know, somebody told me the most revolutionary thing you can do these days is actually like take care of your family. So
Get out.
that's first. And then I love acting. I just wrote a feature film. I'm planning to shoot it this year. Finally, I got the ducks in pecking order. So we're gonna try to create some jobs and opportunities, as well as do something that's been near and dear to me for a little while, and more the stuff I'm doing in the studios and television. And yeah.
Are you a DC native?
I'm born and bred. I'm still here. You know.
Still DC.
That's what we're
I mean, I'm
talking
here
about.
and
That's
I'm
what it's
elsewhere.
about.
I'm also in Los Angeles, but I literally, man, I grew up in this neighborhood up the street, man.
So people who want to find you online, look you up, how do they connect with you? Like, is any social media?
Yeah, there's a few accounts I have. I mean, it's very simple too. I don't even have like a nickname. You know how people be like, you mean to be like, hey man, I'm Darrell Johnson. He's like, yeah, you can catch me on Instagram.
Darrell Owens.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, your name is Darrell?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't mean to be funny. No, seriously.
That's fine.
I just know him as Pastor Owens. My
That's
fault.
fine. It's good.
Darrell. No, but I was doing an example.
Yeah.
But you know, and then you go on Instagram and it's like a whole different name.
Sharice know that.
Yeah.
I
So
have
how
a
do they find
question,
Mine is
though.
just Demetrius Gross. I tried
Just
to keep
Demetrius
it.
Gross,
yeah.
right? Okay.
Sharice
It's
has
a little
question,
boring, but
though.
it's direct. You know.
I have a question. I think that what you're doing is phenomenal. Congratulations on your Netflix launch and your future projects. And one of the things that's important for me is trying to get young people in the city engaged in the creative space, engaged in writing and film and all those sorts of things. And so how can that gap be bridged? You know, what are some things that we can do to get young people off the streets? You know, we've had several homicides, and a lot of them have been young. And, you know, that's coming from somebody who gets the late night calls. I get the 1 a.m. calls. I'm learning about what's happening with families and them being disruptive. And so you being a native Washingtonian, you know, what are some things you're doing as far as youth outreach, and how can we connect the dots?
Well, this is gonna sound like a shameless plug, but I gotta shout out my man Tony Lewis Jr., who is doing some phenomenal things in the community. He's from Sursum Quarters. I guess it's a each one teach one motto, and it's a village. It takes a village to raise a child kind of philosophy that's gonna really serve us the best. You know, unfortunately for myself, I'm gonna hop on this real quick and get off of it. But unfortunately for myself, I travel all the time throughout the country, throughout the world. However, wherever I am, I'm usually doing workshops. Right now, I was shooting this section of the Brave in New Mexico. So I went to a couple high schools, whatever, and I started talking to the kids about, you know, doing workshops and doing like, you know, giving them opportunity to express themselves through the arts, through drama, giving them those opportunities. But I say all that to say that I think it's for each of us, all of our gifts, to interact with and put ourselves really in a position where we can let them see us, where we can, you know, for lack of a better terminology, be surrounded by them and just talk to them, encourage them that no question that they have is a dumb question, and encourage them that if you could do it, they can do it. But I'm excited to hear that you're doing that here, because I'd love to talk to you about, you know, if there's any opportunities within this next few days. I only have a few days before I ship out to Canada, but
Absolutely.
I wonder if there's opportunities when I come here. Unfortunately, I usually come around the holidays, so schools are usually pretty broken
It's
down.
perfect timing.
And I'm just here with my, you know, my
kicking
folks.
it with the family, sure.
But I one of my deepest desires is to build some kind of real estate here, infrastructure, a studio space where young dancers can come dance. You know, where you can have monologue competitions through the week, but then on Friday they might do like a freestyle session, spoken word, like how we used to have down at the Bar None. You know, like with the movement and the homies over there, like it'd be amazing to have like a co-op space similar to this, where it's like scholastic during the week, and then you know maybe that's the idea that we could all get together and develop. It's scholastic during the week, but then it
they
turns
switched to Bar None Up now. It's called Pure now.
Yeah, that's right.
But a lot of the young cats are still down there rapping though. A lot of artists meet up down there. They have like ciphers or whatever.
They still down there.
They rap ciphers, but like I said, I mean, the dancing would be something. Really
if you get a studio environment, because you want to be able to diversify the tools in the studio, so that whatever expression these our young people come up with, they have the tools to express that. That's really a goal of mine. I'm not in the position yet to make it financially happen, but I'm definitely in the position right now that I would like to partner with anybody to help conceptualize it and start doing the other things you can do to start making it move forward. This is my town.
Before we let you go, I just want you to know I just played Billy the Bartender in the Christmas play at church.
I knew this was coming.
So
cut it.
I am a professional actor, by the way. So if you need a good actor, you know.
His church has 10 members, so don't.
And you know what? You got to sprout where you planted. You got to sprout where you planted. His church got 10 members. Hey, that 10 could turn to 12, 12 turn to 24.
But he didn't tell you the other 9 members were also in the play as well.
He's that good.
Okay. Yeah, he's that good.
Oh, wow.
Teamwork. Listen, today is the first day of Kwanzaa. This is all about.
Ujama.
That's what it's all about. All 10 of you involved in the play.
Tell us again where they can find you, man. You know, and you have an open invitation every time you're in town here. You better just come straight to the open bar.
My man Kenny, hit me with the plug tonight. And he was like, man, come
The
through.
only reason Demetrius Gross is here is because of me.
Yes, I mean,
that's true, man.
Not because of you guys.
Listen, no. Pause.
Just know that.
Hey, clear that up.
You might want to clean that up a little bit.
One more time. They need you to clean it up. Come. You got to come back and clean it up. What you mean? I don't know what it is.
Because only reason why he's there is because of you.
The only reason he came
Not
through.
because of you guys.
The only reason he came through is because of me.
And the only reason why you here is because of me.
See, Ken is so humble.
I mean, you just
what the commission doesn't know is this is my show.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you guys
But anyway, Demetrius, tell
he was fired last year.
Tell everybody where they can come, where they can hear from you again, man, and when you're gonna be back in town, and when they can see all your next movie when everything starts.
Yeah, I guess I'll just do a few plugs of what's coming out next this year. We have right now we on Netflix on Frontier. You can check that out. The second season.
Check it.
Congratulations.
Then the Brave comes back January 1st. We have 3 episodes before we bid adieu until season 2. Then April 20th we have a movie coming out called Rampage. With Warner Brothers,
nice.
Okay.
New Line Cinema, and then there's
Man, he in a movie with The Rock, man. So like he coming.
All right,
you know what was funny about
just
working
don't
with
be
him?
like Tyrese now.
God bless
Call him up all
Don't
late
do
and
I can only
Don't
be
do
me.
What more do y'all want from me?
Don't do Tyrese like that, y'all. He's not here to defend himself.
His time is so expensive.
Who,
You have no
Tyrese?
idea how expensive that
It's
man's
The Rock.
time.
The
That,
Rock.
like when you're
Dwayne.
shooting a movie with him, you shoot the movie with a whole rack of other people before
Get
you
out.
actually shoot it with him.
How does
Like
that
when he
what does
come,
that
Bring
mean?
him in. Everything's almost done.
Yeah,
basically.
like it's like he come in and and they have everybody set up, and then he just does his part. And
in and out.
And he's in and out because you got to realize while he's like shooting the movie with you, he's executive producing 3 other shows.
The
running
Rock
the
be
clothing.
working.
He's doing a whole
He
bunch of
cannot
stuff.
sit around all day and be like, we got to
wait
go
for
and
people
get a
to
new
learn their
camera
line. Yeah.
and get this. Yeah.
The
So,
Rock
yeah,
be
it's
working.
an
The
experience.
cuz be working.
He's
though.
the
He works,
Beyonce of the movie
you
business.
gotta respect that.
They hate when I
The
say that.
Beyonce of the movie business.
That's what's up.
He
That was
ain't
different.
He the man
That was a
right
different
now.
You gotta always.
Hey, yo, you know who hates him the most right now?
Who?
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Oh, I thought
So
it was
Will Smith's
Tyrese.
spot, man.
I thought
Why do we
Tyrese was
wait?
the
Pause.
most.
Why do we always?
so.
Why do we have to take each other's spot though? I think that is a
No,
part
I
of
don't
me,
think you do.
Pastor Owens. I think that's a dated philosophy.
that?
And I don't mean that in
I'm with
in
you.
any disrespect. I just mean that I've
that's
had
not-
that faux
no,
pas too.
Unpack that though. Like,
I think it's a dated philosophy that in the spectrum of entertainment,
It's
in
no
the spectrum
more
of
spots.
engineering, in the spectrum of radio broadcast journalism, that if Donnie Simpson. Somebody like you would take Donnie Simpson's spot. Like it's room for everybody to eat
because
and to cooperate, unity, right?
So the playing field is more level now. You're saying and opportunity, right?
I don't know if it's more level. I think there is more opportunity for us to reach the masses, whether it be streaming, whether it be on an app. So the old paradigm of like, oh, it's only these few studios and these few networks.
I said Will Smith was mad. Will mad, you know?
No, but I know, and I don't mean to bust your chops, but I saw it as an opportunity.
Will Flicks got a new flick on Netflix. So
Will
Flicks, it's garbage.
Call him Will Flicks. What's that with the scary guy with the alien guy?
He has a show called Bright. I actually watched this past weekend.
We gotta hear it again.
It was alright. It was alright.
Is that him and the alien?
Yeah. It basically. Supernatural beings have come to Earth, have been living among.
He likes
Earth
the supernatural. The recent one, the recent Will Smith. What is up with Will and supernatural beings though? I don't know.
You talking about
last 3 movies?
Like I Am or whatever.
Suicide Squad.
I Am Legend.
He did. He's like he's comfortable.
No. Not I Am Legend. What was the one with that little?
That's the vampire.
I Am Robot.
I Am Robot.
Yeah.
Yo, Demetrius, man, we just grateful you're here, man.
I'm
Thank
grateful
you
to
so
be
much.
here.
Demetrius Gross.
You don't have to.
I'm grateful y'all
rush,
still doing this, man.
Are you here with us for the rest of the night? You gonna have more cocktails with us?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out with y'all. But y'all about to cut or something? I hang out for a minute or two.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, everybody, let's toast our drink to Demetrius
Toast,
Gross.
Toast to Demetrius.
This feels like a Kanye West video.
Salute. Salute. Pat, what we gonna talk about when we come back?
Being weak, being strong with them and weak for him.
Oh God, I'm about to shout. Right now.
See, it wasn't even a sermon, man.
We'll be right back with the Love Guru himself. Will be back in his seat. We'll be right. Give us a call at 202-656-1BAR.
Nice.
Salute.
All right. So we come back.
Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Oh!
Yo, welcome back to WLVS Radio. Tune into the open bar.
Salute.
Salute. We're drinking the sex appeal made without choice of imported rum, along with Bacardi rum. Sorry, apple pucker, sour mix, and blue liqueur, and triple sec for your taste. Definitely a good drink. Everybody like it? Salute. Pastor, what's on your mind? What's on your mind, PDO?
Well, we're just talking about relationships, and I want to talk about maybe how women can raise their value in their relationship with their man. You know, the guy is not the banker. He just has to see the value, right? Like when you connect with somebody, like basically you both get value meters, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like your Pepco meter, whatever it is. You get a value meter. And so you're either raising the value or you're lowering the value depending on how you're acting, what you're able to do, you know what I'm saying, what you're really bringing to the table. And that's why no man really takes your girl from you, guys, and no guy, you know what I'm saying, no guy takes your girl from you, no man takes your lady from you. You know what I'm saying? It's your value. That's what actually causes a person to feel that feeling of, I can't go down the street and get this somewhere else.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? It's only when you're trying to fit in and trying to be like everybody else that people are like, you know, you're not as valuable because I could just go down to the next bar and get that again. You get it?
To that person.
To that person.
I mean, because you can be as valuable. You can be a 10 and, you know, to this one.
Well, remember, we talked about this, remember?
To the 0.
You can be a 10 in your mind, but you might not be a 10 to me.
No, because the 0 doesn't recognize the 10. They're on different levels.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying it depends to the person you're with, right? So how much you're valuable to them. So I want to talk about one of the ways I feel like women can really raise their value with the guy that you're with. And it's interesting because of the time we live in, because there was a time where women they didn't feel bad about being really weak around their man or weak for their man. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, here's the thing where I'm seeing women run into. Women are trying to stand their ground, be bold, be strong, and they're doing it with their man. It's like if you're in the business arena, you're doing that, great. You're doing that with guys you work with, great. If you're doing that with, your family over here with whatever's going on, some business or things y'all working out, that's fine. But when you're with your guy, you can't be being a boss with your guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like he don't want you to. Now, I want to draw the difference between you being weak and being weak for him.
So
a difference in that, all right?
In other words, you want them to be submissive.
Well, not really submissive. Just like I said, weak for him is talking about being having a certain kind of grace for him. So it basically, which denotes that you're my guy. You're my guy. So I give you this because you're my guy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, because in other words, this is the thing. No guy wants a woman that's weak. So if a woman's just gonna be weak, like if a guy disrespects you and you let him, he loses respect for you. Okay. Because you let him. If you push back on that and you give him another shot, he probably will say, okay, he likes that. He actually raises your value.
That's the same with a woman too. If she loses respect for you, I mean, if she diss you and you allow her to do that in public, she ain't gonna want you. She be like, "Damn, want
exactly."
That. And that's another thing I say when you break up with somebody.
You know about that.
I don't let nobody disrespect me. At least not in public.
Only behind closed doors.
I'd be like, I was playing, right? But I'm just saying, like, let's say when
it's both ways.
When somebody break up with somebody, and then somebody begging, please take me back. I'll do anything.
It does kind of make it worse.
She's not gonna want you if you begging and please. You just gotta let the cards fall where they fall.
Well, this is true.
So she can know your value.
You gotta keep your swagger together.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying, so she can't
your
deny
swagger together.
So she can't deny you.
Exactly. Swagger exists.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think again, the point is right that no one wants to be around somebody who's weak. And people who we perceive as strong, we actually try to get around those people. We actually want to be connected to them, around them, X, Y, Z. So, again, the guy doesn't want you to be weak, but there is a certain grace. I say weak for him. I'm talking about a certain grace that you give. So let's
talk about some scenarios, Love Doctor. Why don't you give some scenarios?
That's what I'm getting ready to do.
Excuse me, Love Gurus. Why don't you give us some examples of what does this look like? Because now we're no longer talking in theory.
Okay, all right. So let's say you don't want any more children. This could be a scenario, right? You don't want any children, right? And he does.
Shout out to Dave.
No, he really wants children, and you don't, right? You
Or vice versa.
Well, I mean, for the sake
goes
of the
both
scenario,
ways.
yes, exactly. But you decide to do that for him, or to move away from your family. He wants to move you to another state, and he's like, I got everything set up, everything's right, and you don't really want to do it, but for him you do. You know what I'm saying? Or being around his family. Say his family and you don't really get along, and it really makes you, want to die to have to survive this, right? But for him, you
gotta
do
go
it.
in the bathroom, take a couple shots before you do that.
You know what I'm saying? Just to be so. And the idea is, and then sometimes it seems like some women, not women in general, some women can tend to create problems for themselves for small things in the home.
Right.
And it's like if you would do this on your job, it's all right to be a boss and a queen and be strong and the way you talk. But I just don't suggest that women talk to their man like a regular dude in the street. That's your guy. That's your king, right? Because this is the thing. If you're asking him to be all these wonderful things you want a man to be,
Right.
but then you come home and you talk to him any kind of way and you want him to be that way, why should he continue to care? You follow what I'm saying? So it's like basically it's a process. Like you put a seed in the ground, seed is happening. It's in obscurity. You don't see it, but there's life there, right?
So essentially, what you're saying is, while you in the street or at work, whatever, doing your thing,
there's a certain.
But know when you're at home, know how to conduct yourself as the wife.
Well, see, using terminology like that make women go off the other way.
What's the
That's what I'm
terminology? Say
asking.
it again.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
What's the terminology?
Yeah, because he don't want to use. I don't want to say
Know how to
yourself.
conduct yourself.
Oh.
See, that's a
conduct
little
yourself.
scathing. See, but I
In
that's what I'm
public.
saying.
To
It's just-
obey.
It's just a grace. You know what I'm saying? It's a way that you would act with your guy that you just wouldn't treat. You know what I'm saying? You
But
wouldn't
that-
speak to him a
That's
certain
fair.
kind of way.
Isn't that what the
that
vows
goes-
say? To honor and obey.
Obey, and we're not talking about the
Obey.
seasoning.
And,
Don't you tell the husband to honor and obey as well?
It does. That's
Yeah.
what. That's what I want to be clear
I mean,
about
I'm
because
just
we're talking a little
answering as a
one-sided over here, love guru.
But he can only speak from a man's perspective because
Yeah.
he's a man.
But I'm
so you are the woman. So you
I'm
can speak
listen.
from your-
Listen. Okay, so let me say this. So let me.
But love
let
guru.
me
I have
tell
a
you-
scenario.
Love guru.
So
Let
Love
me tell
guru.
you. Okay.
What's his
You
name?
got a question.
there's a question
Pastor Owens.
from the couch.
In true love, though, there's no competition. It's just
No.
cooperation. In true love, there's no competition.
This is true.
It's just.
I agree.
So the word submission actually doesn't have the negative connotation that it may have in a
Yeah.
business relationship.
And it's not
To me,
gender specific.
It's not gender specific. I think on both parties called to submit.
Sure.
The man just can't be submitting and the woman not submitting.
Sure.
The woman can't be submitting and the man not in some ways submitting.
Well,
it should be voluntary on both
Honor and
sides.
obey.
Well, no, absolutely. I think, of course, there's a submission both ways, but it's also a matter again of defining roles, and there's a lot of variables that factor into the setup of the relationship, right? So that's gonna set up the conversations you're gonna be having, the decisions that you guys got to make together, and who's gonna give what or who's gonna push back here and there. Again. I'm not saying that women shouldn't speak up and tell their man how they feel. I'm not saying that they shouldn't say what they don't like. I'm saying because I feel like any real man's gonna listen to his girl. You know what I'm saying? If you know she's unhappy with this, see, I feel like men should be the advocates of your girl's peace, right? Like if she's not peaceful,
Advocate of her peace. I'm taking that one. I appreciate you.
yeah, the advocate of her peace, right? So it's like if you're not like
guys-
if she's not peaceful,
Advocate.
I got a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? So I want to do whatever I got to do. I want to address that, but I don't want her to waste that kind of energy because if I'm gonna bring my full energy to the table, if she's not peaceful, I don't want her to be like, oh, I'm not peaceful about the rain today, or I'm not peaceful about any little thing.
Isn't that the same as just
So
making
I
your
want to
woman
know
feel
from
secure?
all the
though?
gentlemen here, how do you respond if your significant other's family dislikes you for past actions? How do you respond? What is your response to
Hold
your,
on, say it again. Her
Yeah.
family.
her family dislikes you because of her
her
family
Because of
dislikes
past
you
actions.
because of your past actions that in someone have been consistent. But how do you men respond to that? Do you respond like, oh, I'm not dating your family? Or do you respond and say, what do I do to become a better man?
Well, most guys are going to say, I'm not dating your family, because that's the easiest way to try to solve it.
That's more ego, though.
No. Not
It's
ego.
absolutely ego. Why wouldn't that be ego?
No.
Because your family doesn't know the ins and outs of your relationship.
Hold on. I'm not getting ready to say that. I was getting ready to say that the man doesn't even consider the fact that it is possible to win them back, right? Through his consistency, and he would have to go.
He's giving up.
And also, my question would be like, what information is she sharing with her family? Because oftentimes, a lot of those scenarios.
They saw her
No. This is about them witnessing and experiencing him in action, not about I went to go say to my family. No, this is about you. It's about your actions.
I personally think that everything takes time. So to me, not that I have to prove anything to her family, but I would be more so like, in time they'll see that I made her happy and
sure, I think that's how you win them over in time. Most guys don't consider that. They just go, I'm not dating your family. If they don't like me because I'm doing right now, so they can't see it X, Y, Z. They don't want to see it because I tried to show them. So, but it's a process, and I think that also depends on the girl again, right? Because to one woman, it's very important that you and her family get along. It's important to her. Another woman, she's like, babe, if you don't want to deal with them, I'm fine with that. She can handle it, and like I got them over. I know how my family is. I know where it happened. So she navigates the whole thing.
So is it important for men for their families to get along with their spouse? Is that not a factor for you, or you?
For most guys, it's not, but. For me,
I want you guys. I need to do a roll call of all the men in the room on that one.
I don't need you to get along with her, but you better respect her.
You don't have to get so you cannot get along and still respect.
But this is the problem, though. This is the problem, though. This is a big problem.
My thing is it starts at home. If your parents have trust for you, and this is just like from my perspective, my mother has trust in me. So any woman I bring before her, she's automatically going to trust my decision, whichever route
she the only one.
Only one. Sure. A lot of those scenarios, though, let's keep real. A lot of times the parents don't quite trust that child.
The child. Are you a child?
Their child. I mean, that's how they look at it.
You are their child.
Yeah, that's how they look at you, though.
He's my son, okay? He's my son. That's my boy.
I'm older than his mom.
There's gonna be a fight tonight. We're gonna see something.
Look, I think the interesting thing about this
generation.
So
what can men do? What can men do to change the trajectory? Is it a possibility? Can they try to show themselves in a different light? What are some things you recommend?
Well, the thing about it is, from my perspective, you are not dating their family, or you're not in a relationship with her family. Because at the end of the day,
you kind of are.
No, at the end of the day, you have to go home to her, not home to her family.
Well, that's technically correct. The problem is that it depends on how close the family is. Like I said, it really depends on how close the family is to the daughter. They all families are close, but there's still certain kinds of distances, and so like I said, it depends on if it's important to her. If it's not important to her, and she's fine with it, like for most guys, they don't mind it. The problem I see on the flip side is that a lot of guys, their mothers and their sisters don't like no woman for them. It don't matter who the girl is
until she had a baby.
but even that, it's like they still kind of like whatever.
That's your story.
Then you got another baby on the way 6 months later.
Yeah.
So I just think people need to realize everybody got to heal. Just because she got over the fact they used to beat her up, and she realized that she went to...
They used to beat her up? Now we're talking about domestic violence.
Okay, hold on.
Domestic violence is real.
Okay,
she used to...
The parents used to beat her.
No,
domestic violence goes both ways.
Did he just say she used to beat him up? Like, that's your story, man.
I'm saying what I'm trying to say is that you asked that if the family, the parents have to... can you still date somebody knowing that the parents are mad at what happened in the past? They won't.
Yeah.
Right.
And that other person need to realize that parents need to heal too. Just because this person got away, and nobody want to see their child being hurt.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We can look at a real time circumstance, right? Ray Rice.
Okay.
Right.
It's on camera. Everybody saw it. The parents sure enough saw it. They saw their daughter, and she went through it, but she still said, "Yes, I do. I will marry you." We have children together, and they have to have him around family reunion, and he's probably apologized profusely. Probably cut a couple checks.
In a way, they're related. And I don't know. I mean, none of us can sit here and say that we know them personally. But if we was to sit there and look at it from the outside, you can look at it and see that just going by their comments and their conversation on it, their relationship has gotten stronger because of that. That's what they are
But domestic
saying.
violence is real, so we'll put a plug out there. So, because somebody right
It is
now
real.
today is being in an abusive relationship,
That is
and
true.
so
That's
these
true.
are the kinds of families that we
Not
look out
only a
for.
woman.
Not only women, and these are kind of families that we look out for. I get the calls. You know,
This is true, and men do get abused.
Men do get
They do get abused.
I
A lot
know,
of-
but Ron keep putting his emphasis on that, man.
No, because I just don't want everybody. Just because you got 7 fingers, they don't mean that it's right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying people need to realize.
funny.
I'm just
not
saying
funny.
that everything. We kind of run out of time. Sorry, Pastor. Can you?
we did good. We do. I mean, we're just flowing on the thing.
We got
I
4
mean, I
minutes.
just think that listen, the other thing I was going to say was that sometimes men in relationships, and this is for people who are dating. I'm kind of in the dating sector, right? A lot of times, I don't buy that thing that guys are just always gung ho on sex. The way people try to say men are sex crazed, right? Most guys are just not. Actually, I think sometimes sex becomes a medication. Sometimes they're medicating with having sex, because sometimes you're trying to change the way you feel about yourself, which is a whole nother conversation about what people do to feel better about themselves.
Right.
So sometimes their behavior is not about you. You think it's something you're doing or not doing. It's not. It's just me trying to feel better about me. And sometimes whatever my thing is, I do that, right? So men will use that we use sex oftentimes to try to medicate and make themselves feel better about themselves. But again, I was saying for women, I feel like one of the ways women can heal men from that, because a lot of men do fall into that trap.
Wow,
This is where I'm going with that. It's like a trap that a lot of men fall into.
Right.
One of the ways you can heal them, I think, is this whole strong with them but weak with him.
Wow.
Which is not.
I like that.
Come on now.
Which is basically saying that it's all right to have the real strong, bold persona with everybody else, but when you with your man, if you treat him like a king, and I don't mean you have to call him king and stuff like that, but I mean just letting him know that you're getting these.
And this is
special-
just dating, only dating right now. Just checking.
Well, no, I mean that extent the sexual medication was more.
Because the ring, hopefully the ring
Actually,
comes.
it goes-
How long do you date in that king?
We need to talk
status?
about
That's
that,
another
though.
conversation.
Yeah, we need to talk about
Another
that.
date?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
As
Just
long
asking.
as it needs
Just
to be
asking.
done.
Love Guru, how often where can people find your book and all that good stuff? And
You can get my book. You can get all my information on social media at IamDarrellOwens.com.
I am Darrell Owens.
I am
That's the
Darrell
website.
Owens.
Come on now.
And
Shout
then
out to I Am
that's the
Darrell.
social media across the board. You know,
board.
Look, I got some big stuff coming 2018. We're
I
putting pedal
can't
to the
wait.
metal, man.
I can't
So,
wait,
yeah.
man. Yo, we got the infamous, I ain't call him infamous, but the famous Demetrius Gross was in the building. He helped us out today. Yo, you can catch him at NBC in January, The Brave, right?
That's correct.
Right, and also on Netflix,
Frontier.
The Frontier.
Frontier.
Yo,
Can't wait
and
to see that.
he gonna get me in one of these movies. You'll see Hot Ron playing the bartender. I can't wait. I can't do that
And the
thing.
host, bartender, host.
You got me in there.
Yeah, just send them to an audition and a late
I
night
do that.
audition.
Bring the church. Bring the church play. Bring the church play.
That's so wrong.
Bring the church play.
Sharice, thank you so much for gracing the place today, baby. We
Thank
we
you
love
for
you.
inviting me. Thank
We
you for
love you.
inviting me back. I had a great
Yo.
time.
Yo, this is our last show for 2017.
17.
Yo,
Oh wow, it is.
first day of
First day of
Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa.
What's
You
this
wanna
one?
see?
What's
Go
this?
to-
Unity.
Emoji?
I can't think of the guy's name who
It's
started
about
Kwanzaa, but it was in
unity.
1966.
1966.
The dude invented Kwanzaa, right?
Today is Emoja, right? No,
Umoja.
tomorrow is
It's-
Coogee Chocolate,
Today is
right?
about unity.
So Emoja is unity, right?
It's about unity.
So Emoja, that's salute to
Emoja.
Emoja.
Salute.
Yo, thanks for listening. Salute. See you next Tuesday.
See you next
Girl in the color she choose, a club going up.